to run for the president my 7th grade year. You know, I was going to be class president, and towards the end, I was like, I kind of like stuff like this. Like I like government, and when I got to the 9th grade, I was like, man, I'm gonna be the mayor of the burg, man. Like that's what I want to do. Like that was a goal for me.
Ever since 7th, 8th grade.
Yeah, I was going to run for the mayor of Orangeburg, but I never thought that I would be back home this early.
That's early, okay.
Yeah, I figured I would come back here a little bit later, but I felt like I never left Orangeburg.
Because you always come home.
I would always come home. I would come home to party, to chill, to do different things, and I just saw a lot of change, and especially with my mom living in the gardens. Okay. You know, I come home and I want to sleep, and I hear gunshots, and you know, it feel like somebody got a range out there or something like that.
I feel.
So I set my career up so that I could get experience real fast. And when I wanted to leave, it wouldn't be a problem because I could come to South Carolina and I would have enough experience here to get the kind of job that I want. Okay,
and you did that.
And I did that.
So, okay, I definitely understand that. So, at what point? So I know you did that. So, when did you? At what? Like, I really want to know. Like, what does it take to run for mayor? Like I said, did you just say, you know what, I want to run for mayor?
No.
I'm going to put some signs up. Do you got to go sign something downtown? Well, what's that process?
Well, you do have to sign up. You have to go through the government.
Okay.
You have a fee that you have to pay.
Okay.
And pretty much after you do your paperwork and you pay your fee,
you just go.
You can go. And before I even started in this run, we had 3 council seats that were up this year. District 1, 3, and 5, all the odd years, and the mayor's seat. And I tried to get people to, you know, be aware that we had those seats. Nobody from any of those districts ran. So we got the same city council, and in the last couple years, we've only had one seat flip, and that was from Dr. Kalu. Okay.
Do you feel as though, and that's why I'm glad we're doing this interview, I have my audience, Marvinsportsandlife, Paige, have your audience. All our demographic is mainly young.
Right. Well,
we have older demographic too, but my thing is that, but I'm targeting the younger demographic on purpose. And when I say young, I don't want to feel. When I say young, I'm talking.
We young.
We young. I'm talking. Let's say I'm talking 35 and under. Because I don't think that we get out enough 35 and under. Because older people, they do their thing. Yeah. I don't think 35 and I'm gonna say not 30. I'm gonna say 40 and under. I don't think they do out and vote the local elections as they should.
They don't. And they don't seem to understand. People think that when you say vote, it always has to do with like the president and this. Like
that doesn't affect.
I really hope that, you know, even after this whole Trump thing and Biden thing and all this stuff, that people understand like it's way deeper than just presidential elections. That I mean, that means something, but that's not the most important thing when it comes to voting you. It's always on the local and the state level.
Correct.
Because those are things that directly affect you.
Affect change.
Yep.
So, that's it. We going. That's it. Because I know all of my friends, that's 5,000 friends, that's turnout, all of your friends and followers and supporters.
Right.
So, that's to say, I say, okay, Paige, the win mayor, this right now, this is your spiel. This is you talking to the people. Yeah. This is you letting the people know what you want to do. What are the things, you know we got going on, because you're from the burg.
Yeah.
What are the things that you want to change, and what changes you think are actually possible, and to what changes would be more like long-term goals? Okay,
so it took me 10 years. This has been 10 years of me in the making.
Okay.
I didn't wake up. Of course, I had a dream when I was, younger, be mayor. But the work that I put in has been 10 years.
Okay.
The last 2 years, I kind of created this ecosystem. Like every place runs on the ecosystem.
Correct.
And we have important components within that. If that slacks, then that messes up the whole community.
Correct.
So around here, if you don't pay attention, we have retirees, You have small businesses, and that's what the railroad corner is made of, and the downtown was correct, and education, because whether we acknowledge it or we understand it, Orangeburg is a powerhouse, especially in the HBC community. Having 2 HBCUs here, and you have a technical school, and then if you look countywide, we have 3 HBCUs and 2 technical colleges.
And one technical school that produces, I think, you got people all over from the state, but move to Orangeburg just to go to OC Tech to get that nursing degree, and then they leave.
Right, and see, and that in itself is a problem as well. So, for me, the first and foremost is education.
Okay.
And I say that because we're having a drop off of kids that actually want to participate in school.
Okay.
Because they don't see the point in school. We go to school and they push these professional careers and stuff off on the kids, and what teachers fail to realize is that not only do you need professionals, but you also need skilled people as well.
Skilled labor.
You need skilled laborers, and they don't see the correlation in that.
Yes.
And when I was in school, like I remember this because I did it in Miss McLennan's class. That's why I remember it so vividly. We did the little surveys or whatever, and we had to declare a major before we went over to OW. Wow. And so when I went to OW, when I was in her class, I wanted to do business. I actually thought I was going to be in like real estate, sell commercial businesses and stuff like that. But I went there, was in FBLA, was doing the whole thing, and then my science and math skills are they're good. Like without me even trying, they're good. And Derek James, Mr. James, I got in his science club just because I wanted to go on the trips to Carowinds that we would take every year. But I ended up really liking it, and I ended up really liking youth and government.
Let's be honest.
Because youth and government would take trips as well, but we would leave on Thursday. It'd be like a 3-4 day trip that we would go to Columbia, and we would implement, things that we saw. Like it was like we were doing the government, kids doing the government. So I understand education in the sense that I know what it bridges. And I know that if these kids can go to school and they can, by the 10th grade, be working towards their trade or what they actually want to do professionally.
I agree with you.
Because there's no reason why we don't have a bridge program that's set up for both. I mean, okay, I get it. You allow 30 kids to go to tech for free or this, that, and the third, but it wasn't a cap.
They just starting that.
Yeah. Kids should be able, when they leave from high school,
to go to workforce. To
go into the workforce. Because that's what most of them they don't see it. If you get them to see it, it makes it different. Like, bro, you ain't gotta sell no drugs or this, that, and the third. And have a good, and what people fail to realize as well is that when you work, you are exposed to so many people. Like hearing people talk about, hey man, I'm using my PTO to go this place or to do that, or they get exposed to different people and different things.
The lifestyle.
Yeah, because I learned a lot when I used to work, man. Especially being around people and understanding like that whole work and play thing.
Yeah, cause what I don't understand is, and I'm glad you said it, because when I spent my summers in Connecticut, like a lot of these kids, I have like a set of friends up there. What happens is, like, when I leave 8th grade, I'm not going to a W. They have that option too, but they also have like schools that you can test into, and like it was like Bullet Haven, I think it was Bullet Haven, different schools. And what happens is like those are skilled schools. You get to be a computer engineer, an electrician, a beautician, a barber, a plumber.
Right, and see, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, there should be no reason for when they graduate from high school, they are not
licensed.
They should a license, correct? Because when I left from school, I had the option to be a CNA, be certified CNA. We had things like that, and it was growing. And for some reason,
I think
it's
I gotta push back on that. I think it's more so, and I think it more so is catered to female trades, because Colbeck had CNA. When I left, you could be a CNA or you could even be a beautician, certified. Well, you gotta take the test, of course, but those are the only two things I know they certified.
I remember they had auto mechanics.
Could you be certified? You still had to go
Well,
to
I don't know if it was certified or if it wasn't for those, because I wouldn't really.
But that thing is mid. You can look into.
Yeah, I can look into that. But I do know they had the engineering program up there at Tech as well. And then for some reason they separated the kids, and to me that's where the problem lies.
Yeah.
They should not have separated the kids. I understand what they were trying to do with the health sciences school, but what you created was sort of kind of like a elitist system. And that's where you get the drop. Because I go and I talk to those kids, and most of those kids don't want to do health sciences. A lot of kids in there want to do music. When I used to go
they just have them going there
because their parents say that's where they need to go.
You know, I'm going to watch my words.
Nah, just real conversation though.
But some of it is good, but I think that same program could have been at COVID.
But it should have been at COVID.
It makes it look like it is like a form of elitism.
Yeah, it is. But see, the thing about that school, to be honest with you, is if we're going to have a health and science school, when those kids leave from that school, they should be doing like at least 2 to 3 years in college, because they should be leaving from the health sciences school with trades as well. Like there's also trades in that area as well, like where they don't have to go to college.
You should be leaving with your phlebotomist certification,
phlebotomy, you got
even LPN. Because I don't say RN, but all the female students today should be leaving with LPN. Like
but why does it just have to be female? Like, do you know?
No, I'm saying not female. I'm going to say anybody in the nursing program at the health sciences should leave there with an LPN.
Yeah, at least with that type of certification, or be able to get into the program.
Correct.
Yeah. Those kids should be leaving and being able to go directly into the program.
I didn't mean to say females, because males.
Yeah, because males make a lot of money.
And actually, right or wrong, a lot of females I know that tell me, and males know, male nurses make more, because what happens is with male nurses, they ask them to do more like pick up patients that they would have to pay another CNA or 2 to 3. But okay, so you already got me sold with the education.
Okay, so if you get the kids to focus in on that type of, because like Eau Claire, they have the CDL program up there, and then we always talk about financial literacy. You know, teaching our kids the value of $1 and this, that, and the third, and they got to buy Jordans and all this other
stuff.
Correct. In Durham, Hillside, the high school there, they have a bank there that the kids actually control. That's teaching financial literacy. That's getting kids that want to be in accounting and in business and in marketing and those. That's getting them involved, and they run it.
And why can't we have?
We can have the same thing here.
How many more kids you can have to come to school if you tell them, if they know they got to come to school they can leave high school with a CDL?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I'm like, even on the road.
I mean, working in banking, working in health,
machinists.
All of that stuff. Especially electricians. Like, I push for a lot of my homeboys to go and do electrician work or to be a plumber. Because, like, a lot of people don't even know, man, plumbers can make like $25 an hour and better.
I know. I had to pay a plumber an outrageous amount of money to come do a job. Okay, so your education.
Yeah, because the whole place is built on education. So if we can get the right education in the school systems, that sets it up for the colleges as well, because we can build bridge programs. Like, there's no reason why no kid in Orangeburg can't go to South Carolina State, Cleveland, or OC Tech for free.
But see, I'm with you, and see, I'm with you on that, because I honestly think, this is my personal opinion, I honestly think that academics I think they get all the money. I think they get all the push. I don't think the skilled laborers, just get forgot about.
They do.
I think they'll push for those kids, but I don't think they push for like the.
But they push for our kids to be able to do applications, and they don't even teach them that.
How to do applications?
They don't even teach them that. Yeah, they don't even teach them that well now, man. For real, I'm just being honest with you. And yes, I did have a resume when I was in high school. Because I had a workforce.
I learned how to do a resume. But you know what? I learned how to do a resume because I had parents who.
But they actually we had that
resume.
We had a class in my English class. We actually had to do that, like in school. Like it's like simple.
And that's not blaming the teachers.
No, we're not blaming the teachers.
We're blaming the curriculum. Allowed it for the program, because a lot of teachers, I've heard this personally, teachers I know personally, that they get upset because they are required to teach a test.
Right.
They're not required to teach learning. They are required to teach a test.
What people fail to realize is that these are standardized tests that are not based off of our actual
of course not.
Learning.
Of course.